the isometric circles. And at the same time, for your midterm exam, so maalala pa natin, yung model number 2 is actually an isometric drawing. So introductory, no? For now, so we'll discuss first what is isometric drawing, and then you can proceed to plate number 2, no, which is also an isometric drawing. So I mean plate number 12. So 15 attendance. I guess pwede na tayo mag-start. Re-record ako. So I just would like to inform you na magre-record ako. Ito yung microphone. Yun. By the way, visible pa din yung PDF natin, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes,
So
sir.
isometric. Thank you. Isometric drawing, basically for the isometric drawing is one of the most basic 3D representation of our model or object. No? So if we want to present our 3D model using 2D, no? So even in AutoCAD or using computer software, when we talk about isometric drawings, okay, this is a way to represent a 3D model using just 2D commands for AutoCAD. But for in our case, so we have a manual drawing. So isometric drawings, basic, no, the most basic 3D representation by just simply manipulating, no, the angle of inclinations of yung mga sides or parts no 2D drawing natin. Okay. So isometric drawing is a way of presenting designs or drawings in 3 dimensions. So in order for a design to appear 3-dimensional, so we need a 30-degree angle, no, which is applied to all sides or to the sides of our 3D model. So as you can see in this figure, so we have those sides ng cubes natin that are actually 30 degrees, no? With 30 degrees inclination or with respect to horizontal. So regardless kung ito bang side na to, so we have an angle of depression which is 30 degrees with respect to horizontal. And in this case, this side is actually also 30 degrees with respect to the horizontal. So basically, for isometric drawing, so we need to have this um, angle of inclination which is 30 degrees with respect to the horizontal. So in order for our model to look like a 3D, no? So although hindi siya 3D but when we look at it, so it seems na parang 3D nga yung mga objects natin using isometric drawing. Okay, so in this figure, it shows us the different sides or views ng ating isometric drawing. So when we do the isometric and orthographic representation of our object, so definitely we need the different views, no? For the isometric drawing, so yan yung combination or yung 3D look like na model natin for orthographic. So those are the 3D representation which consists of different 2D views, no? Such as in this case nga we have the front view. Okay, so we have the left view or left profile. So we have the right view or right profile, top and bottom. At the same time, we also have the back. So these different views, we need this one for our orthographic views. But for now, since we are still on the isometric, so we just need the full, no, 3D model, the our model, no, our 3D model. So in this case, as you can see here, so these are the different views, no, 2D views of our isometric drawing, which is needed for our orthographic drawing. So in drawing an isometric projection or drawing, no, so basically we need these instruments. So the main instruments that we need are, of course, the T-square para maging guide no triangle natin, which is also known as the set squares. Diba alam natin, set squares are those triangles na yung 30, 60 degrees, 30, 60, pati yung 45, 45, no? So those are set squares. So we need T-square, set squares, and if we have isometric circles, then definitely we also need our compass, no? Or yung mga ellipses na templates. Because basically, as you can observe, yung mga isometric circles natin are just ellipse, no? So ellipse lang sila. But since they are presented in isometric projection, so it looks like na yung circle natin mismo is parang ellipse yan, no? Okay, the isometric drawing scene opposite has been drawn precisely using skills. Okay, so eto, no? So in order for us to easily draw our isometric drawing, so of course we need to use the 30-degree angle set square or yun nga yung quad, no? Yung tinatawag nating 30-60 na triangle, no? Yan. So 30-60. So ang gagawin natin, okay, para magawa yung isometric drawings natin, basically yung T-square natin is only a guide. And then after that, we just need to orient our set square, so yung 30-60 degree, yung 30-60 na triangle natin para makuha yung 30 degrees inclination para doon sa mga sides ng drawings natin, no? So ganyan lang, orient mo lang yung set square na to, yung 30-degree na set square na to. So kung mapapansin natin, especially when dealing with isometric drawings that only consist of lines, so madalian lang yung paggawa, no? Katulad ng magiging um, exercise natin sa plate number 12. Okay? So parang isometric drawings or isometric drawing which consists only of isometric lines. So definitely ang dali-dali lang gawin, especially when we have the proper tools, no? Itong mga instrument na to. Okay? So we have the 30-degree set square and the T-square. So if we need to draw this line, no, itong nasa kabila, then definitely we just need to flip the, di ba, yung triangle natin para gagawin natin yung, so ganun lang, no? Ganun lang yung uh, paggawa natin ng isometric drawings natin using our instrument. So if we need a vertical line, then we just need to, di ba, tayo lang natin yung set square natin. Yan. So this is an example on how we can draw the first figure that we have in this presentation, no? Which is yung cube. So first is we need to draw these two sides which are 30 degrees with respect to the horizontal, and then after that in drawing the vertical line, so we just need to flip, okay, we just need to reorient, no, our 30-degree angle set square so that we can draw the vertical line. So as you can see, without even moving the T-square, no? So pwede natin gawin yung mga isometric drawings natin. So sobrang dali lang niya. And then after that, to complete the top of the cube, so ayusin lang. Okay, punta tayo sa taas. Depende kung ano man yung dimensions ng isometric drawing natin. Then ganun pa rin yung pag-orient natin doon sa 30-degree na set square natin, no? So para sa right side na to, isometric line na to na nasa right side. So ganito lang yung orientation, and then after that if we want to draw yung sa opposite side, 'di ba? So i-flip lang natin. So basically isometric lines, they are all parallel, no? They are parallel with respect to the, yeah, katulad nito, this must be parallel with this side. So this side is also parallel with this side. So there is no point of intersection between the parallel lines. We all know that in our geometry, no? So ganun lang natin ginagawa yung isometric drawings natin using our set square and our T-square. So for isometric drawings with circles, such as yung sa plate number 13 natin, so definitely we need our compass, no? Additional instrument to draw the isometric circles. Or we can also use ellipse templates, no? So may mga templates tayo for ellipse kung saan pwede natin gamitin para magawa yung isometric circles. So isometric lines, circles, and curves, the lines which are drawn parallel to the isometric axis. in forming isometric projection are called isometric lines. So if babalik tayo dito, no? So as you can see in this figure, okay, yung 3 axes natin dito. So regardless kung ano yung pangalan natin dito, the XYZ axis. So these are known as the isometric axis, no? So this is different from the axis that we use in the actual 3D model, because in the actual 3D model, our axes, they are actually perpendicular to each other, no? Pag sinabi natin perpendicular to each other, so meron silang angle between the axis, no, which is 90 degrees. So in this case, definitely hindi siya, no? Hindi siya 90 degrees with respect to this or with respect to each other, no? Hindi siya 90 degrees. Mapapansin natin dito if this one is 30 degrees or the angle with respect to the horizontal is 30 degrees, so definitely this is 60 degrees, no? So the angle between these two axes is nasa 60 degrees. Same with the other side or yung other angle, 60 degrees din siya. So for the 3D axis mo, yung 3D axis natin, they are perpendicular to each other. So dapat naka 90 degrees. No? So yun yung pagkakaiba. So these 3 axes are known as our isometric axis, and all the lines that are drawn in parallel with this axis are called isometric lines. Okay, so they are called isometric lines. So take note, the presented length is not equal to the actual length, no? Kasi bakit? Naka-incline kasi, no? Kung mapapansin natin, inclined. So if we have our 2D, imagine nyo lang, no? We have a square represented in XY axis. So if we want to draw an isometric square, so definitely yung length nung side is different from the no yung simple na 2D square natin, no, yung square. So it's different from the length ng mga sides ng isometric square natin. Kasi nga, they are drawn in an inclined manner. So definitely, mag-iiba. No? Iba yung sa basic na square natin, which is presented in XY lang. Tapos iba din yung sa isometric. So this is why parang merong deviation, no, when it comes to the their length, no, yung presented length niya in isometric views or isometric projection. So take note na yan. Baka kasi magtaka tayo, no? Pag kinumpare natin yung isometric natin, for example, no, we have a top or a front view which is presented in XY axis or XY plane. So pag i-compare na natin yung front view na yon doon sa isometric drawing niya, parang iba, no? Parang iba siya, parang mas mahaba siya kumpara uh, doon sa mismong presented in XY plane, no? So baka magtataka tayo. So take note of that because yun nga, due to the fact that isometric drawings are presented, no, in an inclined manner, so naka 30 degrees with respect to the horizontal, so definitely magbabago talaga yung length, okay, as compared to the 2D objects or model presented in XY plane. Yan. In the same way, isometric circles are also not the actual circles, but they are elliptic ones. So if we want to draw circles in isometric manner, so definitely we expect an ellipse. No? So yung na-expect natin doon is ellipse kasi nga parang elongated siya once present na natin in isometric projection. So that is why parang naka-ellipse na siya instead na naka-circle pag naka-XY plane lang tayo. So for drawing such circles, first of all, the isometric square is constructed. So if, for example, we don't have any ellipse templates, no, na parang suited siya doon sa mismong dimension na gusto natin. Kasi may mga templates man tayo ng mga ellipses, no? But of course, yung mga ellipses na yun is with different dimensions. So if hindi siya suited doon sa kung ano man yung dinodraw mo, so kailangan mo siyang gawing manually. Okay? So how to do that? Papakita natin kung paano natin ginagawa yung isometric circles with the use of the isometric guidelines, yung tinatawag nating isometric square. para magawa yung mga isometric circles. Then the four centers of an ellipse are shown. So, yun naman din yung importante, no? Yung sa ellipse natin, yung importante is ma-identify natin yung tatlong points na yun para makita natin kung saan yung major and minor axis ng ating ellipse. Okay. So these are in fact the points of intersection of the corner of the bigger angle of the isometric square. Okay, ito. Oops. By the way, ito yung, pero binago ko yung dimension, no? Para at least medyo scaled up siya doon sa, or proportionate siya doon sa mismong drawing paper natin. Because if I will be adapting this dimension, so medyo maliit siya, no? 5.9 centimeter. So as compared to the drawing space no A3 size na paper natin, so maliit. Ito yung in-expect natin. Wait lang, hindi klaro. In-expect natin output para sa plate number 12. Anditong klaro yung picture lang. Saan yun? Oops. Eto. No? Visible ba, guys?
Yes, sir.
Visible siya, no? So, kung mapapansin natin, scaled up na yung dimensions nung this one is a cutter holder, so which is basically an isometric drawing. So, scaled up na siya from 5.9 naging 7 kasi 5.9 and other yung points doon which is medyo mahirapan na tayo no sa pag pili doon sa mismo or sa pagkuha mismo doon sa using our set square. So, dito, nung in-expect natin, para mas madali yung paggawa ng plate number 12 natin, so dapat stick ka doon sa T-square lang and yung set square na 30-60, no? Na triangle natin. Kasi using those two, pwede naman din natin magawa to, no? Kaya yung T-square, gagamitin lang natin as guide, then yung set square or yung tinatawag nating 30-60 na triangle, so gagamitin natin para doon sa mga isometric lines and yung sa mga vertical lines. Okay? So, itong vertical lines, of course, they are considered as isometric lines. These sides, they are isometric lines because as per the definition of isometric lines are those lines that are in parallel with our isometric axis. But these two, can you uh, is this an isometric line, guys? Ito, ito, itong dalawang lines na to. Isometric lines ba siya? Hello? Based on the definition of isometric lines na in-state natin, di ba? Sabihin nga natin, isometric lines are those lines that are constructed or drawn in parallel with respect to the isometric axis are called isometric lines. No? So yun parang yung definition na. So based on that definition, pwede ba natin masabi na yung dalawang lines na to are isometric lines? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Pag
Yes,
sinabi
sir.
natin parallel, okay, parallel, so kung ano man yung angle of inclination ng isang line, ganun din dapat yung sa pangalawang line. No? So kung sa analytic geometry pa yan, okay, kung ano man yung slope ng isang line, if yung line 1 and line 2, if they are in parallel, no? So dapat kung ano yung slope ng line 1, ganun din yung slope ng line 2. And wala silang point of intersection. So meaning, never silang magmi-meet infinitely, no? So definitely, as you can see in this figure, these two lines will intersect, no? Okay, if we extend this one, mapapansin natin even dito, no? So this one, okay, etong side na to or etong side, these are isometric lines because they are in parallel with this axis, no? But these two lines, as you can see, they will intersect our isometric axis. So even yung dito na side, yung sa left side na with 30 degrees inclination with respect to the negative x-axis, no? or with respect to the vertical lines, mag-intersect siya. So definitely, these two lines are not in parallel with our isometric axis. Definitely, they are not isometric lines. So not all the lines in our isometric projection or drawings are isometric lines, no? Ganun, para at least alam lang natin. Okay, so yan. Kung mapapansin natin, parang naka-center na din siya, no? So for your plate number 2, so since wala pa tayo naman ditong isometric circles, so these are just lines, no? So madali lang siya. Okay? For this one, you just need to use 0.5 mm. 0.5 mm na technical pen, okay, para sa final output, no? Ito. And yung dimensions should not be included the same with this. So these broken lines are just guidelines para ma-center. Okay? Malagay natin sa center yung model natin. Okay? So yung title dito is yung cutter holder. Hindi na klaro, no? Cutter holder. So plate number 12. So balik tayo doon sa PDF natin. So far, do you have any question, guys?
None, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So this is how we draw the isometric circles. So this is an example of a circle wherein it is presented in XY plane, no? Yung the usual na 2D drawings natin. Okay? So once we draw an isometric circle, so we need to create this isometric square, which is basically just a guidelines, no? Para doon sa isometric circle natin. So first, okay, yung center line dito, okay, dyan natin kukunin yung 4 points, no? Yung pinaka-importanting points sa ellipse natin para may determine natin yung minor and major axis ng ellipse. Okay, so we have this one. Ito, okay. And then, ito, no? Yan. So, kung ano man yung, di ba? Kung ano man yung spacing dito, so dapat kung 1 unit regardless of kung anong unit yan sa centimeter, mm, ganun din dapat yung sa, di ba, isometric guidelines natin, yung square. So dito, we have 8 units, no? 8 units siya, meaning yung diameter ng circle na to, naka 8 units din. So if gagawin natin siya ng guidelines sa isometric projection, so dapat 8 units din yung length nito, no? Tapos, yun na, meron na tayong guidelines dito, no? So, sa paggawa ng isometric circles, kailangan lang nating i-identify kung ano yung magiging distance, no? For example, for the guideline number 4 here, so of course, whatever the distance here is also the same with this one. So, i-measure lang natin what is the distance between, excuse me, this point papuntang intersection dun sa mismong circumference ng circle. Okay, the same with this. So pag i-draw na natin tong point of intersection na to doon sa isometric square natin, so identify lang din natin. So for example lang to, nasa 2.3 units siya. Which is hindi, sobrang haba. No? Mapapansin natin by proportional or proportionality nito. So if this one is 4, so andito siya. So parang more than 3. No? So let's say 3.3. So dapat gagawa ka ng point dito na 3.3 din. Dito, okay, tapos dito 3.3. So yan yung point of intersection yan. Ganun din sa dito. Point of intersection nung guide number 3 pati nung circumference ng circle natin. So let's say this one is 1.8. So dapat gagawa tayo ng point dito na 1.8 din, 1.8 din. Tapos, pag meron na tayong mga points doon sa guidelines natin, so pwede natin siya gawin, no? Using our compass. Okay, so gagawa ka lang ng arc. Ko-connect mo lang 'yon. So after that, magkakaroon na tayo ng isometric na circles. Yan, for example, ito, 'di ba? So whatever the distance here, so let's say this one is x, so this should also be equal to x, x din to, x din to. So gagawa ka ng distance na yan. So para ma-identify mo yung point na to, point na to, point na to, point na to, so kailangan mong i-refer doon sa 2D drawing in XY plane. So ganun lang siya. Tapos i-connect mo na lang sa using compass. No? Arcing na lang. Ganun yung isometric circles natin. Yan. Okay, so ito sa cylinder naman to. Wala na. So hanggang doon lang tayo sa isometric circles lang muna. But of course, as you can see doon sa plate number 12 natin, no? Wala naman tayong isometric circles. So madali lang yung plate number 12 natin, no? Basta gagamit tayo ng 30-degree set square or yung tinatawag natin 30-60 na triangle, pati ng T-square natin. Okay? Question.
None,
Wait lang, i-upload ko.
None, sir.
Share ko muna sa GC yung picture, then mag-upload ako doon sa MS Teams para pwede na kayong mag-start sa plate number 12 natin. Ano yung visible sa part niyo? Hello? Guys? Ano yung visible sa inyo? Yung kwan? Yung
Yung
PDF pa rin?
drawing.
Okay, yung PDF pa rin, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so share ko muna sa inyo yung kwan. Yan. Picture.
Sir,
So again, yes.
11:59 din po yung due date nito, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you po, sir.
Okay. Problem. So again, for the technical pen to be used, 0.5 mm. So far, wala naman din kayong ibang gagawin doon, no? Kung hindi yung isometric drawing lang, so 0.5 lang, no? 0.5. So of course, para mas okay siya, ay gawan nyo muna using your pencil, no? Para may guide. Yung problema dyan, pag magkamali, napabalik-balik tayo. Pag ballpen kasi, so anong nangyari? Lang. Out. Share ko na lang muna sa Messenger. Bakit to? Hmm. Okay, can someone check if uploaded na yung picture doon sa Messenger natin?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Uploaded na.
Okay, thank you. So far, may mga clarification ba tayo guys doon sa discussion natin? Wala naman.
Wala po, sir.
Okay, so if wala, paki-open na lang muna ng camera, kuha tayo ng screenshot para pwede na tayo dismiss. And para pwede na kayong mag-start dun sa plate number 12. Okay. Yan. Ano ba? Yung iba guys, paki-open na lang din. Si Amat, oh, ready na talaga. Ay, nag-smile na siya. Bakit wala? Yun. Yung iba guys, paki-open ng camera natin, cooperate na lang so that you can already start your date number 12. Yan. Okay, so again, tingin sa camera and smile. Kuha ko ng screenshot. 1, 2, 3, smile. Isa pa. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, thank you, thank you. So if wala na kayong mga questions or clarifications, then you may now leave our class, no? Or our meeting, then class dismiss. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.